Well, like sewers.
For fuck's sake. Ralmo was a turtle.
Little Ralmo turtles.
Welcome back to the best podcast on the internet, the Threeskins podcast. Just so you know that we are now on Spotify.
That's Matt. I'm Lewis. That's Gerg. We are on Spotify. Yeah, we're on Spotify. So you can listen to us while you're at the gym, while you're on the way to work, while you're smashing graves, while you're tidying your house, anything. So pop your headphones in.
One of those is not like the other.
I know, I never tidy my house.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
he tidies house. That's for women.
Oh god.
No, that's funny. You mean?
Oh yeah, no, you're
Misogyny is not
you're
funny,
portraying
Gerg.
the guy down the pub.
Oh yeah.
I was actually.
Is that
the
Harry?
voice.
Is that Harry Enfield character?
I was actually. Being
I said
serious.
no.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny. Like, I don't know if it's just our family, but I swear men do more cleaning than cooking. I mean, I'm not joking.
I don't do either. So you know.
Mate, you gotta learn how to cook, man.
You gotta
Cooking is
set
incredible.
the rules, don't you?
I think cooking's great. I think it's an important skill.
Oh, talking about cooking, let's segue into fortune cookies. Greg, what's your fortune this week?
I think that it's time that I found out what my fortune is and see what they think over in China about my fortune. I don't think they've ever met me, so I don't know how they know my fortune, but I don't know.
The stars.
Oh, they know.
I always thought that those taste like Play-Doh.
I love fortune cookies. They don't taste like Play-Doh.
That's the number one rule. You don't eat on a podcast. That's the number one. You can keep.
Hey, it's for we're doing it.
What's your fortune then?
Hang on, because we've both eaten it, is it not sort of a joint fortune?
It's a joint fortune.
No, I'm not taking any. I'm not taking any responsibility. It was Greg's Chinese.
You ate it.
You are a bundle of energy, always on the go. What kind of fucking fortune cookie is that, you piece of shit?
It's not a fortune. It's just made a statement about you, of which is the most. You are a. Look at this man. Just right. If you're watching at home,
I'm actually drinking a Oh shit! I'm drinking caffeine for the first time in ages.
Maybe he is going to be a bundle of energy.
This isn't good.
Oh shit!
But if you're watching at home, just look into Greg's eyes right now. Just look at him, and I'll read this out. You are a bundle of energy, always on the go.
Yeah, that is literally the opposite,
bullshit.
So talking about bundle of energy and Greg, yours and mine saggy eyelids.
Yeah, we got saggy eyelids.
We were
Google eyes,
googly eyes,
bug eyes.
So
there's lots of terms for it.
We're gonna make a thing together and put it on the Instagram. Just go check our Instagram out at some point. It will be on there. We collected last night. This is just the kind of conversation me and Greg have randomly. We were like,
yeah,
who else is famous that's got a bug ass eyes like us?
Yeah, we want to make like we want to make like a sort of they have like the Writers Guild and stuff like that. We want the Bug Eyes Guild.
Bug-eyed guild.
So we can get people like Steve Buscemi and all that all together.
Stephen Merchant.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, I had that one. Yeah, jeez. Oh, he's good.
Jesus, there's like
he's got very
15 names on
right,
there.
okay, so we got Macaulay Culkin, Emma Stone, Remy Malek, Amanda Seyfried, Steve Buscemi, Brendan Fraser,
Smith.
Maggie Smith. She's the OG. She's the matriarch of the family.
We decided that she's our.
I'd love to see you
granny.
two in a room with all the bog-eyed freaks.
And then we got this one called Marty Feldman. Now, if you've never seen this man,
oh my god,
I know Corey.
Greg,
I know
put
Corey.
him up on the screen.
He's like Pappy. He's like Pappy.
Who the hell is Marty Feldman? I know Corey Feldman. Who's Marty Feldman?
He's like this old actor, and literally he's got like eyes like here, and they're like this. They're like big orbs on his head,
like a fly.
Yeah.
We got Rodney Dangerfield, Hugo Weaving, Tilda Swinton, Buster Keaton, who is the great grandfather.
Buster Keaton. Wow,
He's the great grandfather of the bug. Tim Curry, Urzul.
Yeah, Urzul. Yeah,
He always used to rib me for looking like Urzul.
He's our German Turk friend.
Then we got Bill Bailey, Tom Jones, and then Stephen Merchant. I think it's a nice blend of people there. We'll put that all together.
What about the Guinness World Record guy who pops his eyes out of his head? He must be like the Godfather.
Creative.
I would love to see you two like in a like in South Park where Cartman's got like the stage with all the ginger people. I'd love to see you in a room on stage with all the bog-eyed people like looking at you.
I think you're being
yes.
I think the issue is that a lot of these actors.
Can somebody do some artwork of that?
I think a lot of them will want to avoid association with the idea of being bug-eyed. That's the only.
Oh, do you know what would be perfect? You know, like the Beatles album with all the people, like just you two at the front, and then all of those celebrities you just named. Please, someone do that.
Someone with time on their hands.
Yeah.
Please.
If you make it, obviously, if you make any art for us or anything like that, we'll put it on the Instagram. And
yes, I love all your.
It's great.
Honestly,
great
that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite things about being a content creator. Receiving your guys' art, it's always amazing. It's so good.
And talking about amazing people, we have 3 donators.
Oh, 3 donators. If you don't know what we're talking about and you're new or you've just been ignorant, then we have a tip jar. The link is in the description, where you can donate whatever you want, no matter how little or you know, it doesn't matter. All of the proceeds go towards making the podcast a little bit better. None of it goes in our pockets. We want to make sure that this podcast, you know, we can do more
None of it
things
goes
that
in
we
your
want.
pocket.
But yes, if you would like to donate and donate whatever you like, you can donate on the link in the description, and you can write your own little message in the donation that we will read out and, you know, give you a little shout out.
Here we go.
So, yeah. Matt, take it away.
Good old William Andrews.
William Andrews, man. I think he must be like our top donator. Well, not top in terms of, but like the most donate. Yeah. He's donated like 3 or 4 times.
So he says, I will donate £5 every week this piece of shit podcast until it's available on Spotify, which it is.
Well, don't tell him don't tell him.
Oh no, we're not on Spotify anymore.
No, we're not on Spotify, definitely.
Also, can we have a podcast where you boys go through old pictures of yourselves from the noughties?
Yeah, if no one's seen it yet, there's a post that I posted on Instagram of me and Matt in 2009. Back in our skins days. Matt is literally like stick thin with like
free skinny,
a big Justin Bieber blonde mop. It's a beautiful picture, and I look just the same. I haven't aged in a decade.
Old pictures of yourselves from the noughties where your lives look like a lost episode of Skin.
Well, in
the Threeskins.
The Threeskins.
I mean,
we've always been Threeskins.
In the noughties, I probably didn't look like I was in Skins as I was quite young. So, you know, but,
we'll get some old pictures of us because I know I've got some funny ones.
Yeah, we've got some.
I'll be able to find some photos.
Yeah, I'd love to see you as a kid. I can imagine you have the same size head, like.
Yeah, just like a baby body. It's like that. It's like the like.
But I've got a small head. What are you talking about?
No, but it'd be funny.
Nah.
Like, you
right. You mean it hasn't?
Yeah. You know, last week's thumbnail. Your face is put on like a baby. I imagine that's what you look like as a kid.
I looked really different as a kid. Like, you know, like how I've seen pictures of you and you look exactly the same. And I've got mates that like you see their baby and they've still got the same fucking haircut. You know what I mean? They look the same. It's like, gee, but when I look back, I was chubby because I was obviously, you know, kids are chubby. I hadn't got all gaunt yet. I was chubby. I was quite tanned. I was quite like olive skinned. I had a Lloyd Dumb and Dumber haircut because my mum used to cut me hair.
What, with a bowl?
Yeah,
not with a bowl. She just used to.
We used to get the bowl. We used to get the bowl cut. When
oh god, I had such a bad bowl cut.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I had straight teeth. And I didn't have a big nose. My nose didn't fucking protrude out my head until I was about 14. And then it was like, wah, and I was like, where's that come from?
When I was a kid, I looked just like this, except I had whiter teeth. That's legit it.
And you look less like you've been on a drug binge.
I looked like I was a drug binge when I was a kid. I used to get accused at school for being on drugs when I wasn't.
Yeah, we both did.
I hadn't even had.
So yeah, thank you, William Andrews. That will be something that we'll do in the future. If you guys are alright with that, I'm fine with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Second donator, you've signed out as a different name. I'm going to give you that name, not the name that you've put, because I don't know if you want your net. I'll just say Ben. Love the podcast. Put this towards Lewis getting a hair transplant.
Hey, we can make.
It's from Nebs. That's my mate.
Is it?
That's a mate of mine. Love you, Ben. You absolute dickhead. I didn't know you were even listening. Thank you very much, Nebs McGee.
We should make a pot.
That's the best way of telling us.
Good mate of mine.
Hey,
I didn't realise when I saw the name. I was like, I must be.
We could start making a big pot for a hair transplant.
Get over me.
The hair transplant part.
That'd be great for
We actually did a live stream once where it was
Ben,
like buying Lewis new hair, and it was
fat shit.
It was a thing, wasn't it? Okay, yeah. Next one is from.
Cheers, Ben.
You didn't leave a message, but thank you very much, Ross. Ross.
Thank you very much. What was his surname?
Pankhurst.
Thank you very much, Ross. You don't have to write messages, but if you would like to, then you are more than welcome to, and we'll read them out like that and give you little shout-outs. Thank you very much to our donators. Like I said, link to the Tip jar is in the description. Right, okay, moving on. What are we doing?
Enough plugging. God
Shoot,
damn it,
come on.
Lewis.
You guys have been going on for 10 minutes.
Check out all of our social media as well. It's all in the description as well.
Let's just fucking talk about something.
We want that 100 likes, motherfuckers.
Come on.
Get to 100 likes.
Come on.
So, we talked about the Bug Squad. Mm-hmm. Have you guys been doing much?
No. It hasn't been that long since we met.
It's been like 2 days, so like...
It's been...
in 2 days, a lot of things can happen.
Kind
of like...
I had a shit the other day. I was sort of like quite
a conspiracy can happen in 1 day. Something that shakes the world.
I only took 1 day for JFK to get shot in the head.
You're trying... I saw you were like biting your... like a straight smile, like...
The shit he says doesn't even shock me anymore. In fact, as he said it, I was daydreaming, looking over there. Like,
with all due respect, we did make a kind of a over-the-top satirical joke about you licking his brains in a video.
That was real.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I meant.
It was actually
that wasn't a satirical video.
Was his brains?
Yeah, but
and then Greg went to space for a week.
What, you want to talk about conspiracies?
So we can get 100 dislikes on that video, but not 100 likes on the podcast. What's going on, boys? Yes, that segues into today's topic, which is the full topic, because there's a lot to talk about.
That's a good one to start on, is JFK.
JFK.
Because what's the idea? Like the grassy knoll dude?
Grassy knoll.
Well, I honestly don't know too much about each of these, and I'd like to point out beforehand that if we say anything that you don't agree with, that doesn't mean you should not like us.
See, the thing about, I think in a general... not even just about JFK or any other. I think the general thing about conspiracy theories, what?
Go on.
The fuck? Fuck off. Right. I think the general thing about conspiracy theories is a lot of it is just, forget it. I can't concentrate.
Just go. I'm sorry, man. We're only messing.
I think a lot of it is just misinformation. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone has their own little thought that turns into a big massive theory that people believe. Some of them I think do have reliable, strong
weight to it.
Yeah, some of them true. But then there's some that are like, everyone's like, well, it didn't happen like that, it happened like this, it didn't happen like that, it happened like this, and then all of a sudden you've got 7 different opinions about it, and it's like, and none of them are that, if you really look in depth into them, none of them are that well sort of thought out. So conspiracy theories are a bit of a, like the JFK one is a good example of that, because I remember watching a show on Netflix that they were talking about it, and one guy gave his story and gave all these facts and stuff, and it was like, okay, that's plausible. And then another guy gave his story and told completely different facts, and that was plausible as well. It just depends on who you hear it from.
It's like Rashomon.
Yeah, he was saying, oh, no, they didn't happen like that. There were shooters over there and over there. And it's like, well, the other guy didn't say that. But they all seemed like, I believed it all because it was well said. So that's, you know.
I feel like there's like a tier list for conspiracy theories. There's like ones that are like, okay, that all it really takes is, there's just an extra shooter. Okay. But then there's like extra tiers where it's like, there wasn't just an extra shooter, but the extra shooter was hired by this special thing. And then there's the extra tiers like, it's actually aliens that shot him. Well, you know what I mean? There are tiers of conspiracy theories.
It goes up and up.
One of my favourite conspiracy theories is that the CIA popped up out of a manhole and shot me and went back down.
What? JFK?
Yeah, that's one of the theories.
But he was shot with a sniper.
Nah, he got it.
He would come out like. That's what they wanted. He'd come out like this big pole, like.
Well, maybe he had like a gun that like turned around.
No one would have saw that. That was completely fucking inconspicuous. He popped out of a manhole. Amazing.
Okay, so
I'm imagining he pops up and was facing the wrong way, and they're like, "No, on the way, turn back." He got a little manhole cover on his head, and you're like,
we need to assassinate JFK. Okay, so we could get a person in a building on this grassy... No, come out of the manhole.
The manhole.
It would be a lot easier just to shoot him from above. I mean, no, we're going with the manhole plan.
It's just absurd, isn't it?
I don't really have much of an opinion on it.
No, for me, it's like... to have a detailed opinion on it, I'd have to sit there, watch 1,000 documentaries, read through the reports myself,
and pick which one you find most interesting.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't really care. It's like...
I think the main point behind it is not how or why it happened. It's the fact that it did, and that's the point you should be focused about. That it did happen, and it was a horrible thing that happened. A lot like most conspiracy theories, they're normally based around sort of catastrophe and disaster. I'm trying to think of some others. What other?
I've got loads. I'm just going to read out the definition of a conspiracy theory.
What the textbook
Just so we're all on the same page. Yeah, the textbook sort of.
If you're listening at home and you don't know what an conspiracy theory is, Matt is going to tell you.
Yeah. So, I thought
a conspiracy theory is a belief that some covert but influential organisation is responsible for an unexplained event.
Yeah, but a lot of conspiracy theories are put over explained events. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like this happened, and then everything in between is filled in by what they can put in there.
Or blokes in tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
Or it's like the moon landing, where it's like, the explanation's wrong. I know more about it than NASA.
So what's
from my bedroom?
Like flat Earth, where it's like I know more than every scientist on the planet.
Flat Earthers. I suppose that's a conspiracy theory, isn't it?
That's coming up.
Yeah. That's one of the best. Because the thing about that is I can't decide whether
they're joking or not.
No, that's the thing. Like, there's whole groups about flat earthers, and I'm pretty sure it's 50-50 down the middle of people that believe it and people that are just doing it for laughs.
Me and my friends used to be part of one of the big flat Earth groups and just post stupid things to see how many likes we can get from flat Earth.
That's probably how it got so big recently.
There was a post that went around recently from a flat Earthers page. I have no idea if it was edited, but if it's not, it's fucking gold. It said it was a Flat Earthers Society page on Facebook or something, and they were bragging about how many followers they had, and he said, The Flat Earthers Society has fans all around the globe. I was like, and the caption was like, read this again really fucking slowly. Like,
got him.
Everyone knows it's all around the disc.
So the reason I thought about doing this one is, I mean, we've had it in the thing before, but I read a report recently that says 60% of people from Britain believe at least one conspiracy theory about how the country is run or the veracity of information they have been given.
At least one.
At least one.
I don't trust. But I think I would include that. I don't trust people.
Yeah.
I don't trust government.
I think I'm safe in saying that when truths come out, I don't necessarily believe them, but I'm not going to jump on some other person's theory about it. I'm quite happy to just think to myself, that's probably not how it went down.
I think 9/11 is a good example because it's like, I sort of don't trust the American government because they're cunts, aren't they? Let's be fair. Especially Bush and all that shit. I don't really get into that shit.
Oh, yeah.
But
hey, look at me, I'm President Bush. I poo on...
Yeah, and what did you say?
I'll show you.
There's a thing from South Park. But the thing is about it is that to go from like, oh yeah, it was, or maybe there was someone else involved. So like this whole conspiracy about, it's the American government and they did it to get in Iraq and all that stuff. It's like, you don't really know that. You sort of just like, people just fill in holes.
What's that? What was the massive meme? Aeroplane fuel doesn't melt steel beams or something.
Jet fuel. Yeah.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Yeah. Apart from it doesn't melt them, but it does make them bend.
Yeah, like severely bend.
So, I've got a few to run off, and I want to know what your thoughts are. Greg knows quite a little bit about some of them. I want to say again, we're just shooting the shit.
Yeah, please do not get offended.
We're doing exactly what conspiracy theorists are doing, and we're shooting shit. It's just
we are just talking about the opinions of other people mainly. So, like, please do not get. If you are going to get offended by any of this, then just turn it off.
Yeah, just turn it off,
or just cry about it,
just being normal,
or just be an adult and accept that people have differing opinions.
Yeah,
just like,
be an adult.
Take which one you want. Choose which pill you want to swallow.
I would say with conspiracy theories, though, before I go into these, think of it like this. Some of these would need a lot of people to pull off.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things when I talk about tiers. There's some of them, it literally takes like 2 people, and some of them will take literally...
Someone will blab.
Some of them would take like 10,000 people, all involved to not say a word. It's just impossible. It's just absurd, isn't it?
That is the main reason why I don't believe a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because someone would. You don't like people blab about the stupidest, crappiest shit.
The thing about 9/11 as well, coming back to that, is that Americans are so unbelievably patriotic. There's no way, because that would have taken a lot of fucking people to pull that off if it was the American government. There's no way one of them, like, they'd all have kept their mouths shut while they were sat at home with their wives and kids like, I'm about to kill a lot of people in New York. There's no way. So, yeah.
I think people would sit on their deathbeds or something. Something would have happened by now.
Yeah.
With any of them.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't trust both sides, basically.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy not knowing.
Don't form an opinion on something you don't know about. Which is basically my opinion. Like
even if you're there and you see it and you know what's going on, you still don't know the full story.
Man, you could be there when 9/11 was happening. Don't mean you know what's going on. All you see is a plane.
Well, we did talk about JFK, but the next one is
alien. But what to what extent? Like abductions?
Basically that aliens have arrived and they've formed a communication with us.
But the American government's hiding it.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Next.
I think that's just a silly one. I agree.
It's not even worth talking
people see
about.
Like UFOs, yeah, fair enough. Like Navy's seen them.
Doesn't
mean that it's fucking aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
All I'll say is this, right? All I will say is this, and I'm going to try and say it without offending people, but you get the gist. There is a reason that there's only alien activity in the South of America. That is all I will say.
You're saying that people from the South of America are stupid and make
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is like, do the aliens just pick and choose? Like, oh, we could go over here. No, let's just go to Texas again. Hey, now I was out in the grassy plain and I saw this flashing light in the sky and then there was a thing up my butt. It's just like every time. It's like, why don't they ever go to Mexico? Why don't they go to fucking Europe? It's only America where these people see these aliens.
The best thing against like UFOs for me is the fact that when it was big in the 80s, not many people had video cameras. Now everyone is carrying a phone in their pocket. But there's less UFO sightings.
Even less.
I've actually read the explanation for that. And it's because now that aliens know we can observe them, that they hide more.
Yeah, that's another point.
If aliens were as smart as all these lunatics say, they'd have just fucking killed us all by now and had the planet for themselves.
No. Listen, we're closer to the tech of making things invisible than we are moving things as fast as UFOs. They'd make themselves invisible.
That's one of the stupid things, is that like...
we can nearly make things invisible.
They're these advanced beings and all they want to do is abduct Cletus from the fucking...
they can travel through time and space. Yeah, okay. But they can't hide their spaceships.
And their spaceships look exactly like the cartoons that we drew and made up.
They look like
the Jetsons.
The spaceships seem to look like things that are very easy to hang off wires and fake videos of. But no, it's silly.
You're wailing on spaceships.
I believe there's alien life, but I just don't think that we've...
I believe that there is like there must be some forms of bacteria and living things in space, but do I believe they're little Martians in spaceships that keep coming down to visit Texas? No.
But
Americans just love aliens just love the Dallas Cowboys.
One of the best forms of probes to probe either, like not probes as in anal probes or any of the cool stuff, but like the lame probes, like, you know, Voyager and all that shit that we've done. One of the best ways to do interstellar probes are to literally make tiny probes, like, well, even people talking about doing it with nanotechnology, but like, imagine something like a small... Is that a cat? Yeah, it's a cat. Goddamn cat.
I don't know what Greg's talking about.
He's going to say something like, if we could send something to another thing that we knew had life, we'd make it unbelievably tiny, and we'd send robots first, not ourselves in spaceships.
I didn't get that. I sort of blanked out.
No.
I switched off.
Think of how.
Let me explain it.
Yeah,
so essentially, think about it like this. Yeah.
Greg.
You know when you try to make something go fast, it's fucking hard if it's big, Okay, so like you got a giant flying saucer.
Dude, I've got a good set of legs on me.
No, but if you send probes that are literally tiny little things, but they've got loads of amazing like nanotechnology or like really small cameras and all that stuff, but they can still do HD stuff, which we're pretty much capable of now, and we're gonna get even better of in the next 100 years. You send that to another solar system, no one's ever gonna see it, but you can still go around a solar system and take pictures and observe everything and send it back, but no one will ever see it. That's what aliens would look like if they came to our solar system.
Yeah, think of it like this. How do we approach other planets? We send out things with us not in.
Yeah. The thing is that
robots on
traveling in
Mars.
Space is fucking dangerous.
No. Aliens enter the atmosphere and they fly around in farmland in Dallas and they abduct.
No, I'll admit that there's some weird going on in the atmosphere, but
I'll tell you what.
But jumping from weird shit to fucking it's aliens, and it's not just aliens. It's these little grey dudes with big heads. How do you know that? You don't know
exactly. You go, it's UFO, unidentified flying object.
Yeah,
so
it's not UFO. It's not a UFO. If it's an alien, it's identified then. It's an alien spaceship.
It's like a UFO up there, and it's like
it's an FO.
Instead of like, it might be this.
It's just a flying
It
object
might be
now.
some natural phenomenon or something. It's like, no, definitely aliens from other planets.
Alien.
Yeah,
snort. Yeah, definitely an alien.
Like I said, it's explaining shit you don't.
I'll tell you what. I was over Christmas because it's tradition in England to watch just shit TV over Christmas, and
Queen's Speech.
No, I didn't watch that shit. But it must have been like.
We actually did.
Yeah, we did.
Good for you. It must have been about a week or so after Christmas. I was just sat watching Dirge on the TV, and it was like, you know when you go like really far up in the channels and it just gets weirder and weirder. It was some like History Channel or some like it was like an American channel, and it was like, like the craziest unexplained things, and it was like, I was just watching it, like not really paying attention. And they were talking about, I can't remember what the name of them is, but they're basically just, lines in the ground that make gigantic drawings. And they said they built these years and years ago. You know, this is like ancient stuff, and it's like from the ground, it doesn't look like fucking anything. It doesn't look like anything. The only way you could see it or survey it or make sure it was right is if you were levitated somehow. You were up in the air, and they're like, so how did they make these? You know, and people were saying it's not necessarily aliens that made them. That's silly. But maybe they made it for the aliens because why would they draw a picture on the ground that you could only see, that they couldn't even see? Why would you bother? So I was a bit like, kind of weird.
How many times?
They could have had ancient gliders.
How many times have you been on a beach and you've
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying it was interesting.
How many times have you been on a beach?
It is all interesting.
How many times have you been on a beach?
Yeah.
And carved a dick in the sand?
Yeah, a lot of times. But it's normally it's normally a small dick that I can see when I look at it and go, and take a picture and send to my mates. I don't draw a fucking gigantic one that can only be seen from a satellite.
Lewis, I think
if they believe in like gods and shit, they probably think they're doing it for the gods.
Yeah. I don't believe it. I just
I know. I'm just trying to think.
Also, you can believe whatever you want.
Yeah, believe in whatever you want. But if you do believe in aliens, you are a moron.
You believe.
No, you can't say.
You believe in like little grey men, little grey men and
grave
shit.
men.
I don't really.
If you want to believe in aliens, believe in aliens. If you've seen aliens, fair play to you. But I want to see some proof.
No. How about this? If any of you are listening, who you think you've been abducted by aliens, we want a Discord call you.
Yeah. If you have been abducted by an alien, I want to have a chat with you, and maybe you can.
We won't shit on you or anything. We just want to hear your story. It'd be interesting.
Because I was thinking another thing is that aliens, why are they always human looking? It's like
because they're fought up by humans.
If we have no imagination.
I was about to say, if you think about it, in the history of in the history of life on this planet, there's only been one human-looking thing. We
evolved to look the way we do to survive in our planet. And the aliens all have arms and thumbs.
I bet the explanation for it is that humans were put here by aliens.
Wow.
Some ancient alien shit right there.
Next one.
Let's move on from the aliens.
Yeah, I'm done with aliens now.
Next one. I don't know how much you're going to have to cut out of that.
We'll be fine.
Next one is one that's kind of annoying because, again, if someone knew, they would have blabbed. It's the moon landing.
I don't get this one. I've I've seen it myself because I've been to
the moon.
No, not to the moon. I went to an observatory when I was in Cub Scouts, and they have this thing.
Nerd.
If you align it perfectly with the moon, you can shoot a laser and it hits a mirror
and it comes back
on the moon. The moon lander, and it comes back.
Seriously?
Yeah, I understand why people think it's like, oh, they wanted to beat the Soviets and all that shit. Mate, the Soviets could easily see if there was a fucking something going on the moon, if there's something orbiting the moon. They had all the technology to do so. The Soviets would have caught you out in that light instantly, but they didn't.
That's the reason
the Soviets would have known.
That's like the concrete thing.
And they didn't.
I remember
unless the Soviets involved.
I remember for a little while thinking that maybe it wasn't true because, like, I got into, like, again, that comes back to the thing where you listen to the opinions of too many other people and they start to convince you. Whereas if you'd actually listen to the other people that say, no, it did happen and we'll show you how. It just depends what you listen to. There are all these theories and things. They all have what they say as evidence, and you believe all of it if you. You know what I mean? If you take it in. But I remember seeing stuff like about you know, how the dust kicked up or something, and it wouldn't have been like that. And
how do you know?
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. But the way they explain it, you're just like, oh, really? Wow. And you just believe it. You just soak it in. And then they were saying like the background in one bit was exactly the same as the background in another bit, and you're like, oh, yeah. And you start to, but then like you say, you look into it properly, and of course I believe it happened.
The problem with
I didn't know about the mirror laser thing though. That's
cool.
cool.
It is cool.
The problem with like really into it conspiracy theorists is if someone went to the moon now, exact place, filmed everything, they're still not satisfied. That going up has been filmed on Earth, and they faked the footprints, and
some people literally you need to fucking put them on the moon.
You need to put
it's
here
and start shooting people up to the moon.
But even then, they'll go to the moon to where, and you'll take them to where the moonlander was, and then they'll just start.
You put that here before.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, you put up. You put that up here last year. How do I know it came up here in 69?
It's a bit annoying. It's a bit annoying. But if you believe in conspiracies, fair play to you. You're probably more open-minded than us.
Again, we're just giving our opinions and the opinions of other people. If you have opinions on these things, write down in the comments below if you agree with us or disagree, and say if you believe in the moon landing or if you don't, and tell us why. You know,
Flat Earth is the last one.
Flat Earth.
Now, can I instead of us joking about this, can you describe why it's not true?
Can I quickly say there was a very interesting thing I heard on the radio? I think it was yesterday, because flat earthers were coming under, I don't know, so much scrutiny about like how is the Earth flat if you'd sail on it and you would fall off the edge? Where's the edge of the Earth if it's flat? Well, I suppose that they were coming under so much fire from this that they had to come up with some explanation. So I remember hearing on the radio that some flat earthers had said the reason you don't fall off the edge is because Antarctica, you know, obviously, like, because we know it's a globe, so Antarctica is on, you know, the bottom. Well, because they believe it's flat, they believe Antarctica goes all the way round, and there's a big wall of ice, like Game of Thrones, that stops you falling off the edge.
That's why
like,
no one lives on it, and scientists that go there actually go there to study the fucking the edge or some shit.
They go to spit off the edge, like...
You know when we said, what would you do if you had £1 billion?
Yeah.
This is what I'd do. I would...
sail a flat earth around the world.
I would,
in 80 days.
It wouldn't be enough for them.
I
would not be you could take them to Antarctica, take them to the South Pole. They would just not believe. They think you've drugged them at some point and put them on the Arctic Circle. You will never ever convince these people otherwise. I
think it's
almost like a mob. It's a bit like how some people get so involved into like a religion or a cult. It's like
or politics.
If this
you can't change. Yeah, you can't change.
If this is wrong, then my whole life is a lie.
Yeah,
and it's like they can't.
The amount of people that you can present proof and evidence to, and they're just like, nope. Like,
I think it makes you.
What were you going to say before that though about if you had $1 billion?
Oh, I was just gonna fill a ship with people with flat Earth, and then just be like, "Show me this," and I'll give you £1 million for each of you to show me the edge of the Earth.
Thing is, I don't see why they haven't tried that themselves because
there's enough of them.
There's this one guy who's like in South USA, and he's trying to make his own rocket so he can go up to space.
Yeah, I've heard about this guy.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
It's so good.
He's trying to make his own rocket so he can go up.
I'd love to see him go up and not have enough
So
jet
he
fuel
can,
to
he can
come
go
back.
up and see the whole Earth as flat.
Wasn't he just climb a mountain?
It's like, why don't you just instead of making these shitty rockets, why don't you just do what that Felix Baumgartner guy did and just use balloons?
You can see it's curved. You can see it. But I tell you what, you know, like how you remember like vague stuff as a kid, and you're like, I don't know how I remember that. I just do. I remember sitting in primary school. I can't remember what year I was, but I must have been young, and I remember them saying how the first people discovered that the Earth was flat. Was a sphere. Because they said, I cannot remember when it was, but some philosopher said
Eratosthenes.
What?
Eratosthenes. He was a Greek philosopher.
Is this about the boat?
Might be.
He said he watched a boat sail away from the harbour and he watched it get to the distance. He said, now if the Earth was flat, what would happen to that boat? He said it would just shrink, wouldn't it? It would just shrink until it was gone. But he said, no, the bottom of it started to disappear. He said it was almost like it was sinking. So you can only conclude that the Earth must be curved. I remember seeing it.
I've seen a few flat Earth explanations for this. Number one is that as air gets thicker, it starts to create illusions. And they say stuff like mirages. Mirages are evidence of this. Take that as you will. And then
there's just you can't prove anything. They've just got an answer for everything.
That's the sanest explanation. Now, I saw an explanation when I used to frequent these flat Earth groups for like laughs that believe that it used to happen. But what happens now is that the US uses these special radar signals that can affect light waves, and that's what causes it. And there's legit some people believe some crazy ass
There's
shit.
just one person that makes something up. Like, yeah, I reckon it's
no. That's what happened.
And then everyone's like, yeah.
No, I think I might be responsible for spreading a terrible idea amongst the flat Earth community. I took a picture of the Apollo rockets when they were shot up into space, and the thing is it's a fisheye lens, so you could see more. And what I put is like fisheye lens. Of course, it looks curved. And now a lot of flat earthers are saying that it's fisheye lenses that cause things to look curved.
That's Greg's fault. If you've seen that is his fault.
I might be responsible for that.
Yes, so we are obviously joking around and stuff, but there are some conspiracies that have been found out to be true.
It's true, yeah. Definitely.
I'm going to talk about two. The first one was MK Ultra.
Yeah,
you've heard of it.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
MK Ultra is something the US government in the 50s and 60s tried on their own people.
It's like a mind control experiment.
Mind control experiments using LSD. That's how acid was.
Yeah,
like
they would drug the fuck out of people. Yeah. Sleep deprivation.
Well, like against their will,
or some people because they had like this hospital center and people would go there. Like I remember I was watching it the other day and this woman goes there after having a baby and she has a like postnatal depression, and she goes in and the guy's like, oh yeah, we'll take care of you. They put her in an induced coma and put her through electroshock therapy, and then they take her out the coma every now and then to see if she remembers herself. And they kept doing it until she couldn't remember her name. Then she couldn't remember any of her family members.
And then what did they do with her?
They just chucked her out.
Yeah,
that's it.
So that was a conspiracy that was found out to be true. It was talked about for a while, and then they released the documents, and it was like, we did do all that.
See, that's the sort of conspiracy theory that if you told me before it came out, I would have believed anyway. Because the Americans are doing shit like that. I think that Americans have probably got some dirtier shit. I bet they've been doing radiation experiments and shit on people. I would not be surprised. America's fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because we've been joking about it, and obviously some have come out to be true. They're probably
still doing experiments.
The second one is the fact that we're being tracked online all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
People said it for ages, and now it's come out that it is, and no one cares.
Never have your GPS tracker on. Never,
but I don't think that's much of a conspiracy theory, because it's just like, well, yeah, of course you are.
Especially
because anytime if someone gets arrested, if someone gets arrested for something serious, they search their computers and things, and they go, "Oh, I've deleted it all," and it's like, yeah, but they can get hold of anything and get hold of anything they want, and it's just like, well, yeah, no shit.
No, but what it is like it's
watching it as you do it.
No. But what it was is the fact that they're tracking you, and then they know you as a person, so they can
predict where you are.
Like, not just that. It's just like, say if you're a certain political stance. What are you laughing at?
No, you go.
Well, go on.
This is like making me think. Okay, so. You say this exists, and I don't disagree with that. But there's a lot of people that have obviously evaded it. And number one is Ralmo. He lived in sewers, okay? Coming out to steal a loaf of bread every now and then.
Ah, there it is.
He comes out to steal a loaf of bread every few days, and then he goes back into the sewers.
Where have you heard this information about Ralmo?
Mate, it was like in the sun or some shit. It was just
the sun.
No, but come on,
concrete.
He was living in sewers. He was living in these like big storm drains.
I don't think Ralmo popped out of a storm drain once a week to steal a loaf of bread before he went on a shotgun rampage.
No, I think it was during those shotgun.
Wait a minute.
Where conspiracy?
Where was he in 1963? Popping out the sewers.
Ralmo. JFK assassinator confirmed.
Ralmo assassinated JFK.
If you guys don't know who Ralmo is, just type him in.
Ralmo was he even alive in '63? That's another conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but that's the thing. No,
Ralmo popped out the storm drain and killed JFK. Oh.
Right.
Oh, fucking hell.
So, yeah, some have been confirmed to be true.
Yeah.
I think we've just solved one live on this podcast.
I honestly, I think, like I said, there's tiers. And things like JFK, I think, are believable. And
there's a lot of tiers.
I'm more than welcome to, I think that maybe one day we will find out that someone else killed JFK.
Yeah,
but I'm not really interested enough in it to care.
I've seen the episode of Quantum Leap with Lee Harvey Oswald. He definitely did it.
And then you've got the high tier stuff like the flat Earth and stuff. And Jesus fucking Christ, okay,
flat Earthers blow my mind.
Yeah, flat Earth would need every world government, every single scientist, all in on it, and I just can't. It's
not even that. It's just what's the point?
I didn't work. I studied like at universities, and there's these professors that this is their job. And I can't for 1 second think that they're in on it on the government. They're obviously not getting paid off because they live in shit houses and ride bikes to work. There's no way they're in on it.
It's not even that. It's more of the point of what if they sat all of the world leaders down and went, "Thank you very much for coming, everybody. Right, we've got something important to talk about. All the scientists, we're all here. Cambodia, China, Canada, America, we're all here. Right. We all know that the world is round. And they go, yes, of course we do. And they go, right, well, we're going to tell everyone. No, the world is actually flat. We all know that, don't we?
Oh, yeah, of course we all know that.
We're going to tell everyone it's round. And they go, well, why? And they go, well, just
memes.
Just for a laugh,
If the world
What's the actual purpose of hiding that fact? It doesn't hide anything.
If the world was flat...
It wouldn't make a difference.
The current president of the United States would blab about it instantly if he was told.
That's what I always thought, because he said beforehand he was going to, go through Area 51.
He said he was going to release all the stuff. Yeah, he's just.
I can imagine that fat prick walking around Area 51
He's
with a
not
Big
mentioned
Mac.
it once since.
So that means one of two things: one, they're not showing him it, or two, he knows it and it's so bad. That he can't tell anyone. So yeah, let's carry on. I found a really bizarre one. Oh, by the way, if you like us talking about conspiracy theories, just let us know in the comments if you want us to do any more.
I mean, there's hundreds.
Which I can't express it enough. We're just messing around.
Please, I mean, you guys have done well so far not to take anything we say seriously. Please don't take anything that we say seriously. Please don't take offence. We are only taking the piss.
Yeah, man. If you think the Earth's flat, yeah, whatever.
Think what you want. I probably wouldn't want to have a conversation with you in the pub, but I respect your opinions.
Dude, I love
I don't respect your opinions. I respect your right to an opinion, but that's about it.
I love talking to people about something that we don't agree on.
But there's a difference
nicely.
there's a difference between talking about something that two people don't agree on, like the result of a football game. But there's a difference in talking to people that believe they are Jesus reincarnated, or that the Earth is a disc. It's like you walk away like, oh, all right.
I feel like I could have a intelligible conversation with someone that believes in UFOs. But not with someone that believes in flat Earth.
No.
There's just no...
Well, I'd just be like, there's no point saying anything.
There's just no way.
What's the point?
I was, skimming through this quite a lot. There's a conspiracy theory that the Queen
is a lizard?
of England is a cannibal.
Oh, I've seen that one, yeah. Have you seen the lizard one?
I haven't seen that one.
The ones of the royal family are all lizard people.
David Icke. So, ever wondered how the Queen of England has managed to live for so long?
Private healthcare.
British
private healthcare.
British historian Hubert Humdinger. Fucking what a name.
That's a great name.
Fucking Humdinger.
That's a Humdinger of a name, boys.
Shit, that's a fucking good name.
He has the answer. She must eat human flesh to be so vivacious.
Question?
That makes no sense.
What does human flesh add to your diet that would make you live longer?
Actually, human meat is the most nutritious meat you can eat.
Yeah, but what's
because it literally has all the nutrients a human body needs. But the issue with eating human meat, and this is especially
recycling,
especially with eating brains, is it can have prions in it, and prions are these basically these malformed proteins that go and malform all the proteins in your brain. So you don't want to... so if anything, it could increase her chances of dying early, which it seems to have not. So I don't think she is a cannibal. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, because the royal family are fucking weird. So.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer didn't hit 40, did he?
Yeah, well, there we go.
So... It says Humdinger's reports when a serviceman at Windsor Castle claimed to discover human remains inside the Queen's private freezer.
Yeah, like if they were going to do that, they'd just leave it out in the freezer, like, "Oh, Philip, put the turkey dinosaurs on," and he opens the drawer and there's fucking eyeballs in there.
They are very old.
Why would
he's 97 and he survived a car crash. He's eaten some human meat.
Dude, that guy could survive. He could survive anything. As soon as the fucking prick sneezes, they rush him to a private hospital and pump him for clear. Like, of course if he was a commoner, he's 97. If he was a commoner, he'd have died about 30 years ago.
Yeah, they have like mad healthcare.
Yeah. How old was the fucking Queen mother?
They get like
she was over 100.
They get like weekly checkups. A poor person gets a checkup like every decade.
So
you know what I mean?
Have you guys got any of your own conspiracies that you think of? I think it might be true.
I'll let you go first.
No, you can go first.
Okay, I have one that's kind of personal. I only just sort of, I think it's a thing in the back of a lot of people's minds, but I kind of had it strangely solidified to me, and it's, people say that, they cover up cures for illnesses to make money, and it's one of those things you're a bit like, yeah, I don't know, I highly doubt it, but my girlfriend is a type 1 diabetic. And we went to this diabetes meeting. They have support meetings and things. And we went to one because I was trying to get her to be a bit more motivated about it. I was like, come on, we'll go together, we'll do it. And I sat down with her. And basically, the day in the life of a type 1 diabetic is that, well, your pancreas creates insulin, which breaks your food down. So our blood levels would be like 6 and 7. But somebody with diabetes, type 1, doesn't have that. So they eat a load of chocolate. Their blood levels go to 30 and they're in the hospital. So they have to test their bloods and then do their own insulin. But they've recently started out bringing things that, you've got a patch on your arm and you just have to, test your bloods like that. You don't have to prick yourself. And it's like, great. And then they've started releasing other things where you can have a pump where you put, so instead of injecting the insulin into yourself, you have a pump there and you put in how much you want and it does it for you. But there's a guy, when I was at this meeting, he's like a tech head. He didn't have diabetes, but his daughter did. And he said, because there's a lot of horrible things that have happened with kids with type 1 diabetes that have gone to like sleepovers and things, and they never woke up because the parents didn't take it seriously. Like, you have to check our bloods in the morning and make sure, and they're just like, yeah. And these kids end up not waking up and it's fucking horrible. So this dad was like, how can I make sure that wherever I am in the world or whenever I'm separated from my daughter, that I know her bloods are alright? So I don't know what the fuck he did. It was really technical, but he managed to set up something where her blood, he had a thing on her that tested her bloods, and he connected it to his computer. So wherever he was when she was at school, he could see her blood levels going up like that. And he texted her, like, lunchtime, you've got to have a chocolate bar, your blood's going low. And she'd be like, all right. And he was looking at it. And then he did a thing where he said, well, how could I link that up to the pump? She got a pump. So he was like, he connected the blood thing to the computer, to her pump. And it's like, so the pump gets its read and says, oh, your bloods are 20, you need insulin. That goes to the computer. The computer goes, oh, bloods are going to 20, you need insulin. That goes straight to the pump. It goes, well, you need 7 units of insulin. And it does it for her. She doesn't even know what's happened. And that, right there, is an artificial pancreas. That is an artificial pancreas. And I was sat there listening to the guy. He did it with, like, bits from mobile phones and cameras and shit. And I was like, he did that, like, in his shed. And I was like, there's no way that medical people could not pick this up and run with it and make proper artificial pancreases for people with diabetes. And they don't do it. Because the insulin and all this stuff and the needles and the prescriptions, it makes too much money. And I was just sat there thinking, like, I don't believe in all that stuff. Like, oh, there's a cure for cancer. I don't believe all that shit. But it just made me really think. I was like, wow, he did this on his own in his shed or in his bedroom. Just made to think that basically his daughter basically she's not even thinking about diabetes. It does it all for her on the computer. It just does it. And I was just like, wow, he's made an artificial pancreas on his own. And I thought, there's no way hundreds of teams of medical scientists and doctors haven't done this before or known it was possible. Yeah, it was just
okay. Yeah, of course they know it's possible, and then obviously the money and everything. But this bloke, if that's true, he needs to patent that and get that on the fucking shelves.
Well, it's not technically legal.
What?
That was the thing, because the things he.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, I haven't divulged his name, and loads of diabetics have it and know about it. It's not that it's illegal. It's not illegal. It's just doctors can't advise it.
I think I know the reason that it's not legal yet is that they don't trust the technology.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, that is. Like the idea is that what if?
But that's what
just if there was a small error in the computer and it sends too much insulin or something like that and kills the person.
That's true, but I think the way that this guy did it so quickly, if they actually took the time and worked on it. They could come up with something efficient.
Medical doctors are very, very, very suspicious of technology.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think at the end of the day, they don't want to get blamed for someone's death.
It's not something that I sat there and believed, like, they're hiding things from us. I just thought it was interesting. I was like, the fact that this guy could do that, it was just like...
I think especially for medicine companies, they just don't want to get sued.
Oh yeah,
that's the main thing.
I just thought it's
just easier to just sell them the insulin. You know what I mean? It's 10 times easier.
Yeah, because if you make it something that they give themselves, then it's a human error as opposed to their
then they
fault.
Can blame them instead of themselves.
So
anyway,
that is odd. Okay, so I don't know why I think this so much. It's probably because I fucking love The Matrix, but
Don't say that the world's a simulation.
Why?
That's what you're going to say, isn't it?
I think it might be.
Nah.
Who would make a simulation this boring?
No, so...
I think the idea...
I'll let you talk, because it's your...
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So, think of us in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Do you think that we would have technology for VR that would be this real?
Yeah.
We'll have that in the future. Yeah. So why are we not already in it?
Okay, so the thing is that when I say this real, I mean as in living just a normal human life. To simulate an entire universe, there's no way. There's no way, because think about this.
I agree.
To compute an entire universe, you'd need the computational power of the entire universe.
But
it's just you need.
But you also have to think that we are quite confined. So we obviously can see stuff, but if it was a simulation, then it would only simulate the path you go.
Yeah, but
then why do things happen when we're not looking?
Because someone else might be looking at it.
Yeah.
But
I can see why people like the simulation idea. It's just no reason to believe it. There's zero reason to believe it.
The only thing I can think as to believe, as to not believe it, is because, say this is... Are you thinking like this is a simulation from future humans, like really far in the future, that are making us go back for some reason. Because for one, I can't figure out the reason as to why it would be, and two, if it was me, if I was like overlord of 3060, and this was what I was doing, do you know what I mean? I would say, well, let's make a simulation where these people don't know that they're in a simulation. I say, let's get rid of illness. No one should be ill because we need. But
that's funny. Everyone loves putting a tornado through Sim City. That's fucking fun.
So then you're saying that we've been. But then you're saying that we've been put in this simulation like against our wills. Then, if that's the case, because if it was an experiment or something, there would be you'd all die at old age. There'd be no such thing as illness, and there wouldn't really be such thing as like sudden deaths, would there?
But why?
Well, because say we were in the future...
Because if you put a simulation of the past, then you'd simulate what would happen in the past.
All right. Just put it like... Say I was the overlord, right? And I'm saying, right, Matt, whether you like it or not, you're going in the simulator. You won't know you're in the simulator, okay? And you're going, no, I want to get out. And you're going, I'm going, tough fucking shit. You get in the simulator. Well, and then, so you start your life, little baby Matt, and he doesn't know he's in the simulator. Oh, no, the pram goes in the road and you get hit by a car. You're out in 10 minutes. And then you just come back out, and I'll be like, "Fuck."
I don't think that if it was a simulation that would be necessarily someone's got a VR headset on and is being me at this moment. I think that
you're just an NPC.
Yeah, just an NPC.
No, I see no reason to believe it.
No. I don't see any reason to believe it, but it is quite hard to not think that it could be true.
Yeah, I think one of those things is
okay, how about this? We're just a dream in an alien's brain. That's just as likely.
I think the thing about that is that there is absolutely
an interdimensional entity that is so far beyond our comprehension.
The thing about that is that I don't even think...
It's just throwing out bullshit. That's the way.
I don't think that's even a conspiracy theory, because I think conspiracy theories are things that something has happened and there are multiple explanations to it. Whereas that is just like, there is absolutely no way in the world whatsoever that we would ever know that anything was like that. And like, it could have 10 other answers. You could have, what if we're a simulator in a VR? What if we're all... Exactly. What if I'm a brain in a vat?
And there's an answer. There's an answer to everything.
Yeah.
It's just... it's like, why do we see that? It's just simulated that way.
No, but
it's just simulated that way.
Yeah, but you already said that you think in the future we would have VR strong enough to be able to do something like this.
When I say that, I mean to simulate things, not to create entire human consciousness and entire universes.
Yeah, but if think of our advancement in the last 100 years. Imagine it in 1,000 years.
Yeah,
you're saying that
no way. I think it's impossible.
So you don't think?
I don't think that.
Yeah, but you're thinking of like
the universe has a computational
like
power.
We're in a computer. I don't think like that would be the right thing.
Then what is it?
Spy Kids 3.
The future must be so boring if we were in a simulation for it to be this.
No, there's no way they would simulate this period. It's just boring. There's nothing. Okay, if you were a fucking in the future and you wanted to simulate something, you'd simulate fucking Lord of the Rings. We don't. There's no magic. There's no cool shit.
Yeah, but we don't.
We
know
will go
yet.
back and simulate to 2019.
We're early simulation.
The idea that we're in a simulation is just absurd.
I don't think it's absurd, but I also brought it up. I even wrote down in a notepad just to see if I could get you angry.
It's just. it's literally. It's just. I think that it's probably more likely that we're just a dream in some interdimensional alien's head. It's just silly.
Yeah,
it's just a silly idea thrown out for no reason.
I don't think it's thrown out for no reason. It's nice to talk about.
It's just an idea that you can't prove, which makes it interesting because there's no evidence or proof of it being true or not being true. So then there's just hundreds of things to talk about. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it makes it interesting.
Yeah, but do you really think that in the future we won't have the technology to make something that's indistinguishable from real life? Like,
no, I 100% think that could happen.
Yeah, sure, but
so why hasn't it?
Because we don't live in the future.
Yeah.
No, we live in the future in the past.
No, we don't. We live in the
Shut
present.
the fuck up. You're
It's
just,
such
just
bullshit.
trying to fucking...
You know it's
right, did
bullshit.
you say you had a conspiracy theory?
I believe it up to a point. I don't believe it. I like entertaining the idea of
I
it.
think it's just conjecture. It's just stupid.
Right, Greg, what's your conspiracy theory? And I'm excited.
Okay, so my
come this
conspiracy
way,
theory
yeah.
comes back to the entirety of humanity.
Oh, we need to be very quick.
Oh, this one's a quick one, and
Why? What
because you
time
guys
are we
probably
in?
won't really want to respond to it.
Nice.
I think that all normative systems of thought are lies and fictions. Okay, so when I say normative systems of thought, think about it like this: morality, good and wrong doesn't exist. It's all bullshit. Religious systems, laws, all of it's just people telling you what to do, and that's it. There's no other truth to it. It's just if someone says, "Oh, murder's wrong," and they're not telling you, "Oh, murder's wrong," and that's a fact. That's a real thing about the world. They're just saying, "I don't want you to murder. Please don't murder."
I don't think this is a conspiracy. I
It's just a
agree
lie.
with
It's
you,
just lies.
but I don't think it's a
all lies.
conspiracy. I think
But
what
the
you're just-
majority of humans believe these things are facts.
Yeah, but
and
I think you're.
it's just a lie.
I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I agree with you, though. But I think what your point is that we're all free. We should be free people, but we don't know we are free people because we live on things that other people tell us.
People, yeah, like
If you were just born in a room and you never left that room, you wouldn't know about all this stuff. You
Yeah,
wouldn't know about murder and crime and laws.
I think that laws and religions and stuff were invented to get people to do shit that someone wanted them to do.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the thing is that most people don't believe that. Most people think that but murder.
Yeah, but in my mind,
truly
it's
wrong. It's a
in my
fact.
mind, what you're saying is like, oh yeah, no shit.
But that's why I said you guys probably want to respond to it. That's my.
I thought you were going to go down the road of something like. I
was going to.
My conspiracy is that old people are incontinent not because their muscles grow weak, but just because they're old and they don't give a fuck anymore. They're just shit.
Well, actually, no.
And they know someone else will clean it up for them.
Yeah, that's a great conspiracy.
Well,
if I knew someone was going to wipe my ass, I'd shit my
already
pants.
went through my main conspiracy theory, which is round moat. But
the moat. Right,
Moat
guys.
killed JFK.
So I think
best
we're quite far along.
Maybe a long podcast. So.
Should we end this on getting your old?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Or do you want a quick map fact?
Should we have a quick fact?
It's
Have a quick
literally
fact.
like 30 seconds. So
Right, play the intro. Hang on.
Welcome to Fat Facts.
There are special tunnels made for turtles in Japan so they don't get run over by trains.
Well, like sewers.
For fuck's sake.
Ah,
Round Moat was a turtle.
Little round moat turtles with their sawn off shotguns.
Oh god, what a bad man.
Anyway, yeah, let's go to Goonie Tunes.
Go on.
Fuck's sake. Round Moat was a turtle and he killed JFK.
You might have.
I smash graves.
We just do like conspiracies or something and then just have on the picture like Raoul Moat shooting JFK.
Oh, fuck. You thought that I went too far with my last one.
Little Round Moat out of a fucking pothole.
God.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Goonie Tunes. Greg, what was the song that you played last week?
That was
Super Mario Bros, wasn't it?
That was the Underworld theme from Super Mario Bros.
The Underworld theme to Super Mario Bros. I saw a couple of you got that. If you did write that down, well done. Now, Greg has learnt another song, and he's going to play it now for us. And you've got to write in the comments what it is. Write what it is. What is it? Greg, play.
Oh, I'm going to fuck up.
Do you need a pick?
No, I just need to
I'm
not
not
fuck up.
I'm not looking at you, Greg, and the camera's off. It's always got to be first take.
Go on, get me there.
Oh yeah, I'm close.
Guess it in the comments.
There you go.
Okay, what was that song, everybody? Write down in the comments and we will reveal it next week. Now, we're going to have the feature that we made up last week. Greg, just hit us a tune and we're going to have a little freestyle about the dumb shit that we've just spoke about.
I'm not freestyling.
You got to freestyle a bit, come on.
Okay, so I don't know what like chords to do.
Okay.
What is this a song?
Hello, everybody. I'm the Queen. To stay alive, I ate a spleen.
Okay, there you go.
Another year, another day. To stay alive, I ate a brain. The common people make me quiver. To stay alive, I ate a liver. I can't think of any more body parts.
That was How Soon Is Now.
Was it?
Yeah. You know it doesn't sound the same without the weird echo sound.
I'm trying to think of the more dumb shit that we just spoke about.
I'm so cringing thinking about this. Right, okay, ready?
Go, just do it.
If I was a billionaire, I'd put all the flat earthers on a boat.
He put them on a boat. The boat would go on the mainland. I'd put them in a rocket and send them up there. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're in Texas, look inside your drains. Raumo will pop up and blow out your brains. And
was Raumo really a turtle going underground to avoid the trains? Yeah, Raumo will have your brains and the Queen will eat them with caviar and fried egg and Philip's old.
oh man, I need to fucking. I was going from brains to like scraping off the stains.
I can't remember half the stuff we talked about. Oh, right. My name's Cletus. I live on a farm. Aliens took me and tied up my palms, yeah. They stuck a probe up my ass and asked me loads of questions. I didn't know the answers, 'cause I'm from Texas. I wear a tinfoil hat and I only poop in the garden. Yeah. Haven't been the same since those aliens stuck me up the arson. Yeah.
Is this boy about a boy? Yeah. Ooh, something to talk about. That one, yeah.
Aliens really like America.
They do.
Fucking
it's
reason.
weird. It's weird how they all do it in America, but
yeah. You never see any a UFO sighting in France. It's all in Texas.
Thank you guys very much for watching. Greg is going to end this on another song, a nice little bit of Yes Roundabout, because our podcast is to be continued.
Mm. The sound of a toilet flushing indicates it's the end of the podcast.
Social media down below, Spotify. Love you very much.
Yeah, the walls of ice keep us confined. The walls of ice keep us confined. Yeah. There's a crazy man in a rocket. He wants to go into space. He wants to addle our brains and tell us the earth is flat as a pancake, yeah. Wants to say the earth is flat. When he gets up there he'll realise he's a twat. Such a twat, yeah. What a penis, what a dickhead. Believe what you want, but you're a thickhead, yeah.
Lewis, do one about JFK's brains.
They were cleaning brains off the side of the car. They were in his wife's face and on her bra, yeah. There were brains everywhere. While everyone stared at the brains in the air. It was Raumo from the drains.
Raumo and then James, mate. We need to. Have you got a good picture of Raumo, yeah?